welcome. Come on in, come on in. I also want to let you know I did not know I was going to be set up with a lanyard or a lav. It's giving, I don't know what it's giving, but it feels very 90s. 90s, what's what I'm looking for? Like a inspirational speaker situation. So anyway, that's for me. Welcome everybody. You are inside of the Talking Circle. The Talking Circle is a space for us to drop in, to listen to each other, to learn about ourselves, about our community, about our bodies. My name is Erica Chitty. I am the SVP of Brand and Editorial Content for Unbothered. Unbothered for many years has been this powerful space where Black women can come to hear the truth, told plainly, to also laugh about our hardest challenges, but also to just feel safe and feel connected. And I have been brought on to Unbothered to help usher it into a new era where we really are here to explore well-being and culture. And that starts in the Talking Circle. And what I love about Talking Circles is it's not about a leader or a speaker. We don't even use that language here. We use a very different kind of nomenclature. So we have keepers. So I will be your keeper for this circle, meaning it's my job to flow the energy, make sure we keep talking. And everyone here has something to bring, right? Everyone here has individual wisdom that's going to help support this conversation. So I'm your keeper. And then these two beautiful women are your anchors. So they're going to anchor the conversation with their wisdom, with their experience, with their expertise. But we want to hear from all of you, right? So remember that this is our space, it's our time to connect. So with that, I would like to open the circle with a very quick clearing. So I'm going to tell you what that looks like. So a clearing means, everybody, if you have a phone in your hand, put it down, please, very quick, then you can pick it back up. Okay, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to rub my hands together, and you're going to do it too. So let's rub our hands together. Everybody rub, rub, rub. We're going to do it for another 5 seconds. Just feel the heat in between your hands. And then I'm going to count to 3, and we're going to clap. And that clap is going to clear the energy, and it's going to set us off. Okay? Ready? Go really fast. 1, 2, 3. Beautiful. Okay, so let us move forward. So you are now going to experience a circle called When They Don't Listen. The heart symptoms women are told to ignore. And to have this beautiful circle and conversation, we have Crystal Dobson and Tara Robinson. And I'm going to have them actually introduce themselves. So I always love to hear where and what people are bringing to a conversation, because nobody can introduce you better than yourself. So I will let you start.
Hi guys, so I'm Crystal Dobson, founder and CEO of CardiacFITT. We started CardiacFITT in 2019 to address the issues of cardiac access for underserved communities. So what our platform does is it improves access through coaching, advocacy, and technology, and improving or decreasing hospital readmissions. So I'm very, very, very happy to be here. Alongside that, I have a background. I've been 15 plus years as a cardiac ICU nurse. I've done cardiac rehab, cardiac research, cardiac community health, and I've worked in corporate mitigating healthcare costs for cardiac patients. So this is my passion and this is my love, and I'm very, very happy to be here.
Hello, everyone. I am just a young lady from the south side of Fort Worth. Anybody from the south side of their town? South side? Okay, maybe not. Okay, so I'm from the south side of Fort Worth, and I can't imagine being here, so I definitely give God all the glory for this moment. So with that being said, my name is Tara Robinson. I am the co-founder and CEO of Black Heart Association, but most importantly, I am a survivor.
Well, I'm actually... So, as you can see, I'm over here now because I want to be with y'all and I want to be in conversation. So, what she just said, I would love it if you would open up this circle by telling your story and offering your story to the circle.
Yes, so if you can imagine just being tired, If you can imagine your left arm going numb and your neck bothering you, just one random night in November, it's winter time, it's cold outside, and you come in from work and you're just realizing that every now and then your left arm goes numb and your neck begins to feel like a crook is in it. And you tell your husband, this is interesting, this keeps happening on and off, but you kind of just keep going with the flow, just ignoring those moments, those aha moments that we might have about our bodies. And so if you can imagine all the way to Christmas time telling your sister, my feet are turning a little dark, my arm is still going numb, my neck is still bothering me, and still not hearing your internal clock ticking or warning you. If you can imagine showing up to your doctor in January and telling her, hey, my neck has been bothering me, my left arm is going numb, my feet are bothering me, and we laugh about it and say, well, you don't have cholesterol, you don't have diabetes, you don't have any reason but other than stress. Can you imagine? Can you imagine not knowing that every 36 seconds a woman is dying from a heart attack? So when I left that doctor's office, there was no mention of heart issues, only that I could be stressed out. And guess what, y'all? I said I was from the South Side. I could definitely be stressed out. So you can imagine that level of stress, being a wife, a mother. My son was a senior in high school. And so I left there thinking, every time I'm stressed, I need to do something. I need to breathe. I need to go to yoga. Y'all know all the things that we hear, meditate, all the things. So can you imagine waking up April 10th of 2014 and telling your husband something is wrong? Can you imagine your left arm being numb, your neck bothering you, your chest feeling like a pill, you swallowed a pill but didn't drink enough water? Can you imagine feeling sick to your stomach or hot flashing and having to go to the ER just to be told you're too thin, there is nothing showing on your EKG or your blood work, and being told to follow up with your primary care? Can you imagine being released, going to work, don't judge me, going to work and having that happen again in your classroom in front of your students? Going back to the ER, being told that insurance would not cover what you claim you're having because nothing is showing up on their test. Having to go back and forth with a white female cardiologist trying to get her to just keep me overnight. Can you imagine having to advocate for yourself during a crisis? Can you imagine being released at 11, going back at 12, having a massive heart attack? Then going to cardiac arrest, and it was a ICU nurse that was by my side telling me it's gonna be okay, and she was from this city, New Orleans. God saved my life on that day. I died on that operating table and went to heaven. On my ICU bed is when I knew that this fight belonged to me. And so that's where my journey started. But I don't want you to have to imagine these things. And that's why we started Black Heart Association.
So if you guys know it or not, Tara's story is not a rare occurrence. As a cardiac ICU nurse, as the CEO of CardiacFITT, I've seen the scenario happen over and over and over again. Cardiac disease is the #1 killer. Let me say this again, because I am very passionate about this. Cardiac disease is the #1 killer of Black women.
One more time, please.
Cardiac disease is the #1 killer of Black women. And I don't think we take this serious enough. There's 33% of us, even though it's the #1 killer, there's 33% of us that just don't know. I've seen patients that come in our program where we're having to call and advocate for them because they don't listen. So let me ask you guys a question. Have you guys ever felt something wrong in your body? Because guess what? We know our body better than anybody else, right? Where you know something was wrong. You know it. The labs don't show it. Your EKG don't show it. Your blood pressure is normal, but you know something is wrong. What does that look like for you? And how do you advocate for yourself? I want to hear the stories. This is a safe space.
So I'm kind of mind blown by your story. So I'm a spiritual person, and we have a lot of cardiac in our family. My father died at 42 from a cardiac attack, and I'm having all those symptoms you just called out for the last month. The tingling arm, the crook in the neck just started in the last couple days, and all of that. And I'm like, wait a minute, as you're speaking. So I'm wondering, because when I get back home, because I live in Michigan, when I get back home, I'm raising hell for someone. How do I raise hell with this in particular?
Okay, I'm glad you said raise hell, because one thing we have to remember is that we are responsible for getting back home. So we created a book called Know Before You Go. I have one in my backpack. Come get it, because it's going to give you all the laws on what to say, the rules, and how to say it. But most importantly, I think they tell us not to be bold or not to, raise our voices, because that's one of the ways that they kind of suppress us. I say raise your voice, and then know the chain of command within the hospital. We teach our kids and everybody how to deal with if we're pulled over by the police. We have to know the exact same steps when we go into the healthcare system. So when you go in there, already know what you're asking for, and be demanding. You know your body better than anyone. And a lot of it is sometimes just getting to a heart specialist. Sometimes we can't get past our primary care provider. So you got to insist that let me speak to the person that knows the heart better than anyone.
I was saying that I already have a cardiologist, because as I said, a lot of people have died in my life for that. But a lot of these symptoms, I'm thinking, I just turned 50, so I'm having hot flashes. I must be going through the change. The crook in my neck, I must not be sleeping on the right pillow. So I'm justifying or normalizing a lot of this stuff, thinking it's other things, not recognizing that it's a big picture altogether, and definitely not the heart attack. And I'm a nurse, so I know the signs of a heart attack, and
We're the worst patients.
Worst patients, right? And I'm blowing off everything. But hearing you and hearing these all together, it's like, wait a minute, they're not separate? Because I'm like, oh, I'm losing weight. Oh, it's my diabetes. Oh, it's this. And it's not. And then as I said, I was a spiritual person. I'm in the woo-woo stuff. And I went to go see a psychic, and my father came through. He was like, you need to pay attention to your cardiac. And then all this stuff is happening. So thank you. I'm very, very, feel very blessed that I came in here.
So I want to say this. If this is some active symptoms you're having as a nurse, we might need to cut that essence trip short and go get checked out. It just depends. Yes, absolutely. We weren't here last year, but we did screenings the year before that. We sent about 6 people to the ER. I don't think you guys realize how serious this epidemic is. It's serious. If you're having those type of symptoms, you need to go get checked out. You don't need to go back to Detroit. You need to go get checked out while you're here. I cut a couple of people essence trip short, and they were upset, but they lived to see another day.
Right. Yeah. I just honestly didn't realize that these were signs of a heart attack. Like the numbness in my arm, I'm like, oh,
yes.
Did I sleep on it wrong? Like, what's going on?
It's funny that you say that, because that's exactly what we do. We begin to self-diagnose, and that's the same thing I said. I slept on this left side too long, so I started to sleep on my right, and this sounds very silly now, but that's really what we do, is self-diagnose. When I say that someone dies every 36 seconds, I don't want that to be you.
Okay.
So please, if your blood pressure's up, if you come by Black Heart Association and your blood pressure's up, don't get offended. Don't start talking about, oh, well, my blood pressure ain't never been up. It must be y'all's machine. Could very well be that, but it could also mean you need to go get checked out.
Hello, my name is Shawnee Fitzgerald. I'm here from Seattle, Washington.
Hey,
And I
Shawnee.
had to make a huge, thank you, happy to be here. I came in here because I was like, hey, this looks cool. I'm going to take a rest. But, I didn't even know what this was about, but I'm so glad that I stuck around and because, I'm here because I had to pivot because my uncle had open heart surgery yesterday
Wow.
in Chicago. So I was like, do I go to Essence? Do I go to Chicago? It was so sudden, but he said that he would not have known had he not paid $49 for like a random hotel was on a tour and they were doing some checks. And that's how he found the calcium in his arteries. And also, it wasn't his primary care. It wasn't his doctors that actually found it. It was him being his own health advocate and knowing that he was tired all the time and he felt like he wasn't really getting the care from the people that he was paying through his insurance. So he was self-activist and just taking some other tests. So I see these little, like you say, like, how do I speak up for myself? I see these little little pop-ups in my community where I can go and take that $149 to see if I'm having stroke symptoms or heart symptoms, because it's like menopause. You don't know your numbers until it's too late. Like, how do we monitor that? Do we take these little tests when we see them coming into our towns, these little pop-up heart, stroke, heart disease tests? Do we advocate for ourselves outside of our primary care? Because I don't want to be like my uncle who was in New York, and then 2 days later he's laying up in ICU today, which is why I'm here, because I have to wait at least 5 days before they let any of us see them. So it's like, okay, just go on with your regular routine. But of course, now I'm worried because this is an issue in my family. So what do we do? Do we take these tests when they come around? Because we're not going to get the opportunity through our primary care to be proactive with this.
I think that's a great question, and that's why Black Heart Association exists. You don't have to pay a thing to come and get screened by us. We offer a test called lipoprotein A. It's going to tell you if you're at risk of ever having a heart attack or stroke. See, she said she got her finger prick. Yes. Go by the booth. It's about 5 minutes. It doesn't even take that long to check on your heart health.
Tara,
Maybe they in the room.
can you tell
I told you we need to be in more spots. See. But yes.
Can you tell us where the booth is?
The booth is located in the community hub. I think it's 2415, but it's right by the Coca-Cola station
Go get
setup, so
tested.
you can't miss it. So please go get your testing. It comes with A1C, kidney function, a complete cholesterol panel as well, and it's completely free. Invite us to your cities. That's why we exist, to come pull up in your cities at your family's house. We want to do the house parties. We want to do your family reunions, all the things, and all of that is free.
Beautiful.
Cosign, go into Black Heart while you're here. So if you guys haven't had a screening this year, check out Black Heart. But at the same time, if for your family and members at home who have not checked out Black Heart, please go get your screenings, your annual screenings, your cardiac enzymes, they don't normally do lipo-A protein, so that is normal to Black Heart Association. But please go get your normal cholesterol, blood pressure screening so we can see what's going on.
So we are almost at time. We're basically at time. So we'll have one more question, and then I'm going to come up and close. I know we need more time. You know what? Listen, let me just tell you something. I'll give you my 2 cents. I wanted these to be 45 minutes to an hour. Nobody wanted to listen to me. Next year, they're going to be longer. So bear with us, okay?
Hi, ladies. My name's Asa. I'm here. I'm a Jersey girl, but I live in Houston. And I'm with Essence today. Thank you for having me. I'm 30 years old. I just turned 30. And I run a lot, but I noticed on a run in Houston, I started having shortness of breath and almost had an asthma attack while running. I've never had asthma, never had any crazy heart conditions. I went to my primary, they got me a cardiologist, all of the things, but the main thing I kept hearing were, well, your blood work is fine, your EKG is fine, and you're also young, so there's nothing to worry about. For us young people in the room, how do we advocate at 30 years old? Like, on my dad's side of the family, everyone has heart issues, diabetes, infirmities where they can't show up. And I feel like it's because they were afraid to go to the doctor, but also they were told, well, you're young, don't worry about it. How do we worry about it? And maybe not even worry about it by asking the right questions at 30.
So one thing you can do, and I recommend this to everyone, tell them your family history. You have to tell them your family history, because even if you're 30 years old without symptoms, a lot of these things are either family, genetics, or something else. And that causes them to dig a little bit deeper on what's actually going on with you. Another thing you can do, and if this is a shameless plug, if you haven't used my QR code, we're gonna send you things that you can talk to and advocate to your provider about things that you can do to get the results that you want. Tell them to put it in your chart. If they are not going to do the test that you want, tell them to document it in your chart, so if something happens to you later, guess what? They decline care for you, and they're liable. You will see things change when you tell them to document in your chart. I promise you that. One other thing that you can do, then I can let Tara talk. Get one of your other healthcare people to advocate for you. So one thing that we provide for our cardiac patients is advocacy. If our patients are in the ER, if they're having problems with their physicians, they give us a call, we call them, and we advocate. We've had patients go to the ER, not be seen, that are having active heart attacks. They get on a phone call with us, they get seen right away. It works. Okay?
I'm going to say, first of all, we expect five-star service from everywhere, our restaurants, our hotels, but we don't expect that service from our doctors, and we should, because one boo, I pay your bill. So,
That's right.
with that being said, document, just like she said, but also get to searching for somebody else, because there are doctors out here that care about us, and you deserve to be heard. I'm like Crystal, you can call Blackheart anytime. My number is 817-683-8859. Call me. I'm going to advocate for you, and you're going to get the care that you need.
One more time.
Anything else is unacceptable. 817-683-8859.
Thank you. Okay, one last question, then one last question. I'm sorry, yeah, we saw him.
Hi, I just wanted to say one thing. I spent the last 4 years on the board of Cadillac Hospital, and when we turned nonprofit, the doctors really had a goal within our system to process patients in and out within 15 minutes. It's not much about you anymore. It's about the in and out, because that's where the pay comes from. So if you're not advocating, you're just in the process. You're just a wheel. So advocate.
Thank you. Okay, everyone. So thank you so much, ladies. I wish we had more time. Maybe we have you more than one day, actually, next year or something, so we can really dig in on it. Thank you to the circle. Thank you for sharing. So to close the circle, we're going to do the same thing that we did to start it. So everybody, just sealing in all of that wisdom and good energy. Go really fast. I'm going to count to 3. 1, 2, 3. You did it, girl. You did it. Thank you, everyone. If you would like to stay, there's another conversation starting in about 5 minutes. It is about why Black women need to leave the U.S. to heal, actually. Yep, one of my personal faves. So please hang out, and if that's not for you, we don't mind, no bother, but feel free to hang out.